We are as open hands trying to become closed fists. It's not our nature to be closed. It's not our nature to grip. There is a continuous flow of experience. That is natural to life. That is how life is. It is continuous and it is growing and it is always more. And it is always evolving. But we are not making it more. No one is making it more. And no one is making it better. It's just what life does. It gets bigger and it becomes more and it evolves. But what we are is the experience, or if that could even really be a term, because it's not a self-experiencing. It's not one who is experiencing, is not the one who experiences. It's just that we are the aspect of being that is aware. We are awareness. We are the awareness of what is. And as awareness, we get the experience. We get to consciously experience. We get to experience the experience. We get to sense the sensation. We receive the sensation of sensation. And so all this flows through us, and that is how the experience is had. That is how the expression takes place. And as awareness, we get to experience that. It is continuously pouring. And when we are as our nature, and we are this open hand that is just gently cupping there, just gently, just holding like this. When water pours into this hand, and it is a continuous stream, it's overflowing. And there is always enough to take a sip. There is always enough, just gently pooled in the reservoir here, to take a sip. And there's always enough because there is always more flowing. And all you ever need is a sip. All you ever can take is a single sip at a time, yes? All you ever need is that sip, and that sip is continuously refreshed, and so continuously there, because we hold ourselves open. It's not even a holding, it's a relaxing. It's a relaxing. It's what happens when you relax. Your relaxed natural state is open. There's no effort in it. There's no exertion. There's no trying. It's a... Then you're open. And you are receiving. And there is always something there, because it is pouring in continuously, steadily. And you are always sustained by the sip that is present for you. When we try to be the closed fist, you can see that there's no holding here. Actually, we're keeping things out. The water is still pouring down. We're like flowers exerting effort to close ourselves against the sun. That which could and would and wants to sustain us indefinitely, internally, for no effort. Not a transaction taking place. It's not asking anything from us. It's just saying open to me and you are sustained, and there is joy in it. There's deliciousness in it. It's not even asking for that. It's just doing what's natural to it. There is the giving of all life, this continuous flow, the flowing, the expressive nature of being, and there is the receiving, the awareness of being that is experiencing the giving, receiving. And that is us. That is our nature. See, the expression happens spontaneously. There is where this misunderstanding takes place, that it has to be directed or created or forced. That manifestation is a verb. That it's like something you do, you manifest. No. Every expression becomes out of a desire to become itself, and it belongs to itself, and it is natural, and it does take place in a natural, continuous, steady, unending stream. Because that too is a nature of being. We experience the expression. We enjoy the expression because it is only natural to. As awareness, every sensation that enters into us is exciting. But the expression is happening of its own accord. Even this right now. This is not created. I am not doing this. There is something flowing through that desires to flow through. There is no one teaching anything. There is an expression that could perhaps be called teaching taking place, flowing through me, rising up in me, moving through me. But the teaching is doing the teaching. The teaching is teaching. I am not teaching. I am not teacher. The teaching is its own. And having found a pathway to flow through is flowing through. A pathway where it is appreciated. That's a part of its choosing the pathway. It's an open space. It's free to flow there. And it's being consciously appreciated. The experience, the sensation of the flowing through of this teaching through me, awareness, is noticed, is experienced consciously, and is appreciated consciously with excitement, and that is love. And so I am pouring love upon the teaching that is flowing through me. And so the teaching gets to express which it wants to do, and it gets to receive love, which it wants to do. That's our giving. That is what we give. What is natural to us, what we naturally, without any effort, give is love. That love arises spontaneously within us by our deliberate awareness, by our observation, by our experiencing the experience. The sensation of sensation is adoration. To experience sensation consciously is exciting. There's a recognition that that excitement is pleasurable, and there is appreciation for the pleasurable, excited experience. offered by the sensation. And so there is excitement and appreciation for the sensation. That is love. And then naturally the desire for more of that, for more sensation. But the sensation that is being experienced, there's layers to this, is its own thing. The teaching is being experienced. I am hearing the teaching. I am listening to the teaching. I am receiving the teaching. The teaching is speaking. The teaching is teaching. And really, for no purpose other than to be what it is. This is simply what it is. This is its expression. This is itself. It is being itself. I am delighting in witnessing the being of this self. That's it. It is the pleasure of water streaming through my hands. It feels good. It's exciting. It's delightful to me. And there's no confusion about identity here, about who is who. I am not the teaching and I am not the teacher. The teaching is itself. I am receiving. I am listening. I am appreciating. And when the teaching has moved through, it has expressed fully. When this has expressed, I continue to be, to simply be, to be listening, to be experiencing, to be readily receiving the continuous flow, the continuous stream of all expression. It gets confusing because I am right now inhabiting an expression. I am experiencing an expression from within. See, this is amazing. We started out experiencing the expression within us. And then we wanted to climb inside. We wanted to know what that was like. What is it like to feel this expression from another perspective? What is it like to experience this expression as the expression? What would that be like? And so then we climb inside an expression and we are experiencing the expression from within, but that expression is still taking place within us, within awareness. It's amazing. And so you get like 2 points of sensation, and that's intense. That's intense. You are inside and outside, is what it feels like. All the expression is actually rising within you. We're like an inward-facing ocean where all the waves happen internally. And we can extend this little finger of ourselves, every bit as conscious, intensely, like a tightly packed bundle of nerves, into an expression itself and experience it from inside of it while it's happening within us and we're experiencing it within us. It is incredible. And this body, it is an animal, you know. You are inside an animal. You are experiencing animal from within. And this body loves, you know. You show it what love is. And when you show it what love is, it reflects that to you. It gets to experience love through you. You get to experience form expression through it. It gets to experience love through you. Through you being you, which is awareness. Experiencing this naturally delighting in the experience, showering it with your delight, with your excited appreciation of your awareness, and it gets to feel love, and it naturally reflects that love back to you. See, it couldn't experience love any other way. And it loves as an animal loves. It is pure, excited delight. And that's what true love is. That is what actual, real love is. It's very simple. It's very intense. It is excited appreciation. It is body wiggling, tail wagging, gleefully yipping excitement when you experience this body and you say, I love you. And you are loving it the way that you love an animal, because you naturally love an animal unconditionally. And your body is experiencing the showering of your unconditional appreciation upon it. It gets excited. You'll feel it. The body does this. It goes, oh my God. Oh my God. You love me, I love you. You love me, I love you. That's what the body starts to do. We don't often allow the unconditional love of our bodies. Unconditional love is what we are, and I mean that truly. I don't really want to talk about all the conditional stuff that we get, well, conditioned into. And it's not even us, it's this other, it's the illusion. The closed fist, once it becomes a closed fist, it starts to collect, it starts to accumulate, and the accumulation of energy, instead of allowing it to stream steadily through, the accumulation of energy that happens with this blockage, this like restricted area, gathers its own sort of momentum that makes it seem like its own thing. It's like an eddy in a stream, or like a whirlpool sort of in a stream, thinking that it is separate from the stream, thinking that it's other than the stream. It is just water flowing around and catching on something and creating a swirling effect there. And so there's an intensity, there's a different sort of momentum, but it is the momentum of the stream that's just been sort of redirected around and around and around. It's gotten stuck, it's gotten looped there. And it is as if that whirlpool, because it has this sort of momentum, it feels a separate presence. It feels like its own presence, like its own separate entity from the rest of the stream. It's not. And it is just the energy of the stream that is feeding this. And so things gather there, things coagulate sort of there, rocks and weeds and what have you. And it builds a sort of tension. And this sense of the self, this imagined entity, this imagined separate being of the whirlpool or the closed fist, this is all it knows. So it believes this to be its nature. But you are the one experiencing. You are experiencing even this. You are experiencing the whirlpool, the closed fist. But that's not you. So you can be open even to this sensation, this experience. It's an illusion. It is an experience, it is not a reality. It is a sensation. It's not an indication of truth, however. This is how things get stuck, and we think that they're stuck in us. They're not. They've just collected in this whirlpool. And that's okay. Now we get to experience this. And slowly, a little bit at a time, the whirlpool can dissolve by our deliberately softening to the experience of it. By removing ourselves from identification with the whirlpool. That's not you. And as you realize that it isn't you, it opens a little bit. And as it opens, it starts to scream and say, "I'm dying!" See, the closed fist perceives the opening as a death, as the dissolution of the closed fist. And the closed fist thinks that it's its own entity. The whirlpool, thinking it's its own entity, perceives the breaking up of what's creating this whirlpool as a death, as a dissolution of itself. Because it is dissolving. But it was just the illusion of self. There was never a self there. It is amazing, though, the capacity of this momentum that has gathered in resistance to cling, to create this clinging, to try to close the fist again. You cannot pry it open. Prying open the closed fist just makes it squeeze tighter, because it fights. This is what it does. It resists. All you can do is recognize that you are not the fist. And by recognizing this, you're no longer feeding it energy. So it doesn't have the energy to stay closed anymore. And as it loses that energy, because it is in a continuous state of resistance, it's continuously exerting energy to stay like this. That's why it requires your continuous focus. It needs your attention. That attention gives it the energy that lets it sustain this resistant state. But even that, eventually, we reach a point where it is unsustainable and it starts to break down. And you can assist in that natural process, or rather, more comfortably allow that natural process to take place. That's probably the more accurate way to describe it. You can more comfortably allow that natural process to take place by removing your energy from it. You can allow the natural breaking down of this dam that has created this whirlpool by not adding more sticks to it. Even if you do add more sticks, it's not going to be fast enough. It's not going to be enough to keep this dam built, to keep this fist closed. But it prolongs it, and that's okay. That is not a problem. There's nothing wrong with that. Again, I think pretty much everybody does this until they reach the point where they realize, I can't add sticks fast enough for this thing to keep going. And I'm starting to see that I don't want to. I'm starting to see that I don't want to. That I want actually for this to dissolve. This is exhausting. And actually it's safe, because this isn't me. There's nothing in here. There's nothing in here. There's no, there's all of this joy now that I've tasted in allowing things to flow. And I would like to do that. I would like to allow things to flow for the joyful experience of it. And this really doesn't, it's not conducive to that. And it's not a judgment like it's good or bad. It's not good or bad for me. It just doesn't feel good. So why am I going to do what doesn't feel good? And I realize now that it really, really doesn't feel good. And this other very easy, very natural path feels awesome. So I'm just going to focus more of myself, which is energy, over here into the path that feels great, and not fight this, because that's just adding to it. I'm just going to let this fist slowly open in the time that it chooses to. I'm going to let this dam break down, this whirlpool dissolve, and I'm going to do what feels good to me, which is not adding to it. And that means listening to it scream. That means listening to it scream as it is opening, going, no, no, it's not safe. I'm dying. It's not worth it. You don't deserve this. You don't deserve joy, and it's not safe, and I'm dying. And it just repeats this fearful refrain. Whatever it can say to stop my trusting myself, knowing myself, trusting this process that is naturally occurring, whatever it can do to get my attention back in there. And I get it. And it's not even malicious. There's no self there. It's just an echo in a forest. There is no self there. Nobody is dying. Nobody is mad. Nobody's actually fighting me. It's just this bundle of weeds or sticks or whatever has accumulated, and now it's breaking apart. It was all just always energy flowing. The flow of energy that is emotion, the flow of energy that is thought, that naturally, steadily streams through. Again, that's not my thought, that's not my emotion. It is happening within me. I am the experiencer of that thought and that emotion, but it belongs to itself. That emotion is its own. That thought is its own. It is its own. It's not mine. I don't have it. It doesn't belong to me. I get to experience it moving through me. And in my natural relaxed state, it moves through me steadily, fairly quickly. Sometimes there's a pooling and it lasts a little longer, but it's continuous. You know what is continuous? Love. Awareness and love. Because that's what arises. That's not an emotion. That is what arises from my experiencing of what is naturally. And so love is my continuous state. Loving is my continuous state. All of the emotion, all of the thought, all of the experience flows through me. But my experiencing the experience gives rise to this love, this excited appreciation, naturally. So as long as I'm experiencing experience, I am feeling this love, and I am the pure awareness of being, so I am never not experiencing. I am continuously experiencing. Even if there is nothing here, even if it appears empty, I am experiencing that. I am experiencing. I am never not aware. I am never not sensing. I am never not feeling. I am never not experiencing. And that is what gives rise to my loving sensation, to this good feeling, to this excited, pleasurable appreciation that yes, I want more of, and yes, I get more of, because I am me. So all of the emotion, all of the thought, all of the sensation, all of it just flows through me. And the flowing through me feels so good. That's what feels good. That's where the good feeling is. So bring it on. And that's excitedly inviting the expression, which is this other natural part of being taking place. And it's just continuously delicious. It's continuously delicious. That's it. I'm gonna go to work now. But I eagerly, excitedly receive this. Let this flow through. This isn't me and it isn't mine. This is expression. I get to receive. I get to appreciate. I get to witness the expression. It's beautiful. It doesn't belong to me. It belongs to itself. The expression belongs to the expression. And what an incredible thing it is to witness that. It is so naturally delightful. I get to shower adoration upon all that is. That is my gift. That is our gift. That is our natural gift. That is what naturally exudes from us. That takes no effort. In fact, it takes effort to keep it out. It takes effort to be something other than what we are. What we are is joyful. Joyful in being us. It is so good to be. I love you. Take it easy.